All right, let's get into the history of Baywatch, Baywatch the TV series, Baywatch the movie, and the business career of Dwayne Johnson. We're going to check in.
The business of being a lifeguard.
It's a big business, big time business.
Lifeguard.
I do like how the story of the development of Baywatch is just a lifeguard's like, there should be a show about this.
It is neat.
Him just having to convince people like, no, come see. It's actually really compelling. And then people go and they're like, oh, it is. If you're listening to the podcast, just to let you know, we are recording this separately from our recording session with Caleb. That is why you will not hear him for the next however many minutes. And as always, if you just want to skip to the movie discussion, take a look at that episode description. You'll see the timestamps because I know not everybody cares about the history. And what a history segment. We have a robust, big,
Are you being for real?
History segment. Oh, yeah. So
Fatty,
Baywatch.
guys. We're going to learn shit.
Baywatch was created by Michael Berk, Douglas Schwartz, and Gregory Bonann. But Bonann really seems like the architect. He worked as a lifeguard in the 1970s, and he was obsessed with getting a TV show made about it. As I said, he was like, everybody's like, they should make a TV show about my job. But this guy was right. And he would tell people, and they'd be like, yeah, right, you're so interesting. But one day, I think it was 1978, he happened to save, it was a routine save of the children of a TV executive named Stu Irwin. And Stu Irwin's like, hey, good save, son.
Good save.
Why don't you come on over
5
to my
seconds.
office and I don't know, I'll show you around. It's a treat.
Just a little treat for the life of my child.
And it was at that office that he pitched him his idea for a TV show about lifeguards. And the guy was like, Stu Irwin was like, I'm going to help you. I think there's promise here. I'm going to help you refine the pitch and show you what you're going to have to do to actually sell the show. Then Bonann moved into the world of producing and directing documentaries for the U.S. Olympic Committee, where he used extensive slow motion. Many of the crew that he worked with on these documentaries would go on to work on Baywatch. And he spent 10 years developing and pitching his lifeguard show.
That's a long fucking time.
Yes, it was, but he's becoming a very successful, in working on these officially produced documentaries for the United States Olympic team.
Wait, I'm sorry. The lifeguard became a documentary?
Yeah.
Oh, you said TV job and then TV job, and I thought you meant the TV person changed. No, that's my fault.
Yeah. So then the former lifeguard, his sister then married TV writer Douglas Schwartz. And so Bonann, the former lifeguard, immediately is like, lifeguard show. Hey, I have an idea for a lifeguard show.
I won't stop at Christmases and Easters and Thanksgiving until someone will fuck into this life or I will fuck my way through it.
Exactly. And you have to figure, my friggin' brother-in-law with his lifeguard idea. And Schwartz and his writing partner, Michael Berk, they are also cousins. They're not into the idea, but he keeps pestering them and then says, come with me to attend the lifeguard games. And then you're going to see the spectacle of it all. And they realize he's on to something. This is a strangely compelling world. Those two cousins I mentioned, they are the nephews of Sherwood Schwartz, the creator of the Brady Bunch and Gilligan's Island. Just to let everybody know, all the way back to the beginning, this is just uncles and sons and daughters.
You can have a great, compelling, original idea. You can have an executive help you work on a pitch. You can save the life of a child of someone who has their fucking foot in the industry. But how do you really get a show made? You gotta just be a Nepo baby, everybody.
Or you have to. Yeah, or you literally have to become a Nepo baby yourself by having a family member marry into a Nepo family.
Do you have dreams of breaking into the industry? Anyone listening right now, do you have dreams of that? Okay, stop. Unless your last name sounds like the last name of somebody that's already in. Otherwise, just get a steady job,
Truly something I wish I had realized in my early 20s.
Yes, Matt thought he was going to be a writer, and he is a writer, but just not the kind he thought he'd be.
I just write stuff and then the Baywatch guy did this, and then he did this.
It's perfect. And it would have saved us a lot of heartache. Although I enjoyed our road trips, passing out the free bookmarks with your self-published book on them to college libraries who use them to kill roaches.
Hey, God bless them. Get some use out of them. So the three of these guys, they're all in. They come up with the pitch for the show. They're going to call it Baywatch. They pitch it to NBC, to executive Brandon Tartikoff, and he orders a 2-hour TV movie as a pilot. So this TV movie premieres April 23rd, 1989, Panic at Malibu Pier.
Yikes.
And then a series was ordered. So the full series premiered in September of 1989, aired on Friday nights on NBC. The ratings were
At night. I think of it as a daytime show, and I don't know why that shocked me.
Well, because, you think of it so much.
Because it's the beach.
Right, but also it is a famous example of first-run syndication.
Yeah, it's daytime TV in my mind. Well, it's after school TV. Yeah.
And it's just weird to think of it as a network show at all. But for the first season, it was a network show airing on Friday night. So Friday night, not the good night, the worst night on the schedule.
Until it's the brilliant marketing of TGIF, which made me completely excited every fucking Friday.
Yeah, that's just, hey, how do we rebrand something that sucks?
It worked for me.
Yeah, so the ratings were not strong. And importantly, the series was very expensive. So it was canceled after one season.
Because famously, water stuff is expensive, right?
Yep, exactly. And they're filming all of this on location.
Yeah, this is real.
The episode that we watched looked incredible. And these actors are fucking doing the dives and stuff.
The documentary stuff makes sense now, actually. That it feels real. That's what I said, was that the actual lifeguards in the actual show look like they're doing what they're doing. And if he's got a documentary background, well, he's used to just seeing people as they are, not made up.
Right, and has this understanding of like what the camera can do to tell the story of what the athlete is doing.
Right. What to even shoot, what angle to shoot it from. Yeah.
Usually, I mean, TV is such a writer's medium. A creator of a show to come at it from a visual standpoint is one of the reasons I think that this show was so successful as a show that people just love looking at.
Yes, because it could have come off so cheesy and cheap and feel like a real like daytime soap opera kind of thing if the sets were flat, if it were in a studio rather than actually on location, if people didn't actually look hot or capable. Like, the actors are clearly very athletic, and it looks like in a lot of cases they prioritize athleticism over even looks or acting.
And what you said, which is so key, is they look real. Even though these are beautiful people, they look like they're really doing the job because they're wet and like sweaty and in the sun.
And their tans are authentic. These are not, you can tell these aren't spray tans because there's even a little bit of skin damage. Like, and I mean that in the best way, I guess. It's just, these people don't look spray tan. They look like they're working the sun.
We are completely Baywatch pilled.
Yes.
We watched one episode.
One fucking episode. Season 3. Season 3, episode 3.
So the ratings were not strong in America, but in Europe, it was a little bit of a sleeper hit, and the European distributor got in touch with the production company and like, hey, you're going to be making more Baywatch? And they're like, no, we got canceled. And they're like, oh, that's too bad. So the creators went to their uncle Sherwood Schwartz and they're like, what should we do? And he's like,
Uncle,
I made all my money in syndication from the Brady Bunch and Gilligan's Island rerunning for decades and decades. Why don't you just try doing it directly into syndication? So just, if you don't know, because this is just like old TV business, syndication, people usually say it as like a synonym for reruns, like your show airs on the network, it gets to a certain number of episodes, and then the creators of the show then get to sell it to basically the local TV stations all around the world. And
it's up to them when they want to program it.
Exactly, yes.
Okay.
And this is where you really make your money as a TV creator, because most of that money will go to you. You don't have to share it with the network. The idea of bypassing the network entirely and literally going and selling like, hey, I'm going to meet the TV station in Louisville, Kentucky, saying, can I interest you in Baywatch? And they're like, what's Baywatch? And like, well, it's a brand new show. It's not even airing on a network. This was a new and strange idea. Did
it take off, this idea? It seems really smart, but I guess you kind of need the marketing budget of the industry, of the production company push. Yeah, even if you're just on for one season. Maybe exactly what needed to happen happened to Baywatch.
So Star Trek The Next Generation started in syndication 2 years before this. So it definitely wasn't the first. With Star Trek, you have the built-in brand awareness.
Yeah.
But syndication was generally like daytime TV. Like Oprah going from a show in Chicago to nationally syndicating was a giant deal for her. But I think the idea of doing a scripted series, that was new.
It sounds like a risk.
Yeah, it is. It is.
And it sounds like you're kind of, you're preaching to the cheap seats. Like you're selling yourself a little bit short, just in the hopes that it actually becomes a runaway hit. But maybe if you go there first, you better hope it works there, because it's not a great like badge of approval or seal of approval to then try to pitch it to networks.
Right. I mean, the idea of a TV network is like, we're going to take a lot of chances. We're going to order a lot of new shows. Most of them are going to fail. So it's where the creators get to take a lot of chances. Syndication is supposed to be a proven commodity. But what was a proven commodity is that the show was successful in Europe, and David Hasselhoff weirdly has this giant following in Europe, and specifically in Germany, where he was a giant star, including in music. And so a German distributor put up a lot of money to pay for the show, for the production costs of the show. And then a British TV network, ITV, also put up a lot of money, but they had the caveat that the show couldn't feature violence against women or children and couldn't have guns. And so David Hasselhoff, but they still had to dramatically cut the budget of the show. So David Hasselhoff cut his salary in half in exchange for executive producer credit.
Oh, wow.
That ultimately earned him $100 million from the show's success. Own the stuff and you'll get rich.
Is he a nice guy?
I think so.
Good.
I have no reason to believe he's not. I mean,
seems like a nice guy.
Yeah. So
boy, does he look like Patrick Swayze. It is so
really
hard to get over those lips.
Really is, yes.
Yeah.
So it became a huge international hit, the most watched TV series in the world. At its peak, it was viewed weekly by more than 1 billion people. 2/3 of the audience was female. Douglas Bonann said that this is because the women characters are, quote, athletic, professional, intelligent, and able to make any rescue a man can make, end quote. And then he also said, because of the British TV networks like Decree, he said, quote, we made a show that appealed to a broad range of viewers and it could play in any time slot, on any day, anywhere in the world. It's not a tits and ass show. It's about heroes, end quote. And I had a revelation. This is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's hot people who are heroes.
And we're going to see their tits and ass, but it's not about that.
Yes. And it's going to play everywhere in the world. It has to appeal to every single culture and demographic and age.
It visually has to speak for itself. It has to be visually compelling.
So Pamela Anderson, when her sex tape was stolen and published in 1996, foreign distributors demanded she be fired from the show.
It's her fucking fault.
But actually, the show's ratings went up as a result of that. All right, let's get to the movie. A long time they spend in developing a movie out of Baywatch. They announced in 2004 that they were working on developing a movie. And I thought maybe the model they were going to be using was the Brady Bunch movie from the 90s, where it's really just making fun of how silly the old show was. But I don't think so, because the producers of Baywatch were always involved. And I don't think there was enough distance, but Baywatch had been like so memeified, and it was like a recurring thing in Friends of making fun of the slow motion running. And this is just what guys watch because they're horny. That like you could never have made a straightforward Baywatch movie, or at least that was Hollywood's attitude. And so they keep hiring comedy writers to write a Baywatch script. They get Robert Ben Grant from The State and Reno 911. He's hired as writer-director, doesn't ultimately direct, but he and Thomas Lennon, also from The State and Reno 911, they are credited on the movie as story by. And things finally get off the ground when Dwayne Johnson is announced in 2014. And again, the three creators of Baywatch, they are also heavily involved. Also, The Rock's producing stooge, Beau Flynn, he's the lead producer of the movie. Ivan Reitman is involved as a producer. You just have a lot of cooks in the kitchen of this movie. To direct, they hire Seth Gordon.
You know what? On the point of too many cooks, can I just guess what did have their shit together from the very jump? It only had one cook in that kitchen.
What?
Wardrobe. It's on point. Everyone looks like they're part of the same team, and even when they get dressed up, like to go do their other stuff, everyone's wardrobe in this movie is good.
Yeah, it's immaculate. And some of the most compelling things are just like, look at them walking.
Yes. Again, I don't just mean the team. I mean, as a package, you could tell that was cohesive.
Okay. Yeah.
From the bad guys to the cop to the everybody.
The final screenplay credit goes to the team of Mark Swift and Damian Shannon, who are best known for their work on the Friday the 13th series. They wrote Freddy vs. Jason and the 2009 remake of Friday the 13th. And I like both of those movies. Don't like the Baywatch script very much, but I don't know. That's weird. Hey, you wrote some Friday the 13th movies, write the Baywatch movie.
Yeah, they're a little skimpy on dialogue. I would think.
Right.
Yeah.
For a comedy, a verbal comedy
Right.
where we're doing lots of...
Where we're relying
I guess they're like, we're just
heavily.
going to let him go, man.
Who?
Gonna let The Rock just riff.
Yeah, right.
But it's weird because
right.
he is a wrestler. That's what you do. You go up there and he's one of the great promos. I don't know. This movie's so confusing.
Okay, but you stack a wrestler up against a comedian, and then they look not as talented.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, what's his nose, who's just a very talented comedic actor in addition to being a wrestler. I'm gonna think of his name. It's coming. He's hot. I'm gonna think of it. Help me. Cock blockers. Come on, man.
John Cena.
It's the only person I'm ever thinking of. Yes,
okay,
John
you
Cena.
could have been thinking of Dave Bautista.
It's the only person I'm ever. Dave Bautista's not known for riffing. He's known for like his physical presence.
Yeah. So, all right. Seth Gordon is hired as the director. Seth Gordon directed a great documentary of King of Kong, A Fistful of Quarters. And then he directed Four Christmases, Horrible Bosses, and Identity Thief.
Okay.
So just a comedy hack.
Just a mid.
And yeah, not one of the better comedy directors from this era.
No, but not the worst. These are not the worst movies of this era either.
I guess.
They're fine.
But he does such a poor job with the movie. This tone is all over the place.
Well, but that's assuming he was in charge of the
Right.
tone the whole time. It doesn't seem like anyone was in charge the whole time.
Well, yeah. I mean, it seems like Dwayne Johnson is in charge the whole time.
I don't think so. I think some of it got away from him.
Okay.
I guess like the big boner gag, I guess you could say that's locker room. He does a lot of dick stuff. If these were all his ideas, a lot of dick stuff in this
And
movie.
doesn't seem like his heart's in it when he does the dick stuff. Like, I heard some older boys in the wrestling locker room talk about dicks, and that's why I want to talk about
that's
them.
That's true. But that is like one of the best scenes is when he's taking a picture of Zac Efron meddling with the dick in the fucking mortuary.
Yeah.
Or in the morgue.
Maybe in fairness to Seth Gordon, he had very little time with Dwayne Johnson was apparently simultaneously filming Baywatch and Fast and Furious 8. He was going back and forth between these two productions. So we're looking at an Instagram post from The Rock in February of 2016 explaining his shooting schedule. 2016 breakdown of my shooting schedule while maintaining relationships and being dad and daddy to the most awesome daughters in the world. And why I'm up at 4 a.m. every day to train. Aside from being slightly batshit crazy. Once we wrap season 2 of #Ballers, 4 weeks left, the next day I'll start shooting our little beach movie called #Baywatch. Literally the most successful TV intellectual property of all time. How about TV show? TV intellectual property of all time. So the pressure is on. Bring it. After a 12-week #Baywatch shoot, I'll go right into shooting #Fast and Furious 8. We're a family, and playing the character of Hobbs is one of my greatest joys. And I'll make the promise to you right now. I'm stepping on that set ready to rumble and raise the bar on all levels. The intensity, the tactical gear and weapons, and especially that Hobbs wanking fun. Since Fast and Furious 5, you've made Hobbs the highest testing character for a reason.
The fuck, Rock? Calm down. You're going too fast.
Highest testing character. What a psycho.
Everything is just about market testing and markets. You're making him sound like with the enthusiasm of the fucking guy from Parks and Rec. I can't think of his name.
Rob Lowe?
Literally Rob Lowe. Yeah.
Highest testing property on the estate.
Also famous non-sleeper in that show.
Right. And we're going to give Hobbs the highest testing character for a reason. And we're going to give new meaning to the catchphrase, Daddy's got to go to work.
Are we?
After approximately 12 to 14 weeks of shooting FF8, I'll transition right into the big one, #Rampage. Before we start shooting, I'll spend time at the San Diego Wildlife Preserve, as well as with anti-poaching units out of Africa.
Oh God. Okay. Stop busy signaling. Get off the line.
Oh, you brought back busy signaling. I love that.
Ugh.
As big and fun as this movie is, the key is grounding it in research and authenticity. He's talking about the movie Rampage, where he befriends an enormous CGI gorilla.
No one's even thinking about that right now. You should not be thinking of it right now. Go back to Baywatch or finish Ballers. Finish something, then talk. It's like he's posting for the next 6 months in this one post.
Yeah.
You can just do this in parts.
I want to get back to Ballers because they just so... All right, the entire team that brought you San Andreas is back, and we can't wait to get started on this one. King Kong is just a little monkey compared to what these massive rampaging animals can do. Now, of course, the universe can step in at any time and throw a flag on the play, but as you see, there's a method to my madness of 4 a.m. wake-ups and cardio for training hard. It anchors my day and allows me to 100% focus and prep for these roles, and the irony of the whole thing is all these roles pale in comparison to the most daunting, gratifying, and holy shit, scary role of all.
Yeah, you're dad.
Being a father.
Oh my God, how old is the kid at this point? Are they throwing up?
3, I think.
They're throwing up. Well, no, they're not. They're almost going to throw up. They got to read this one day. Ew.
But that's for another fun discussion. Imagine just asking your dad like a simple thing. Like, Daddy, can we go outside and play?
Actually, I'm really posting really hard right now because then Dad's going to, but you're the most rewarding reward of all. Good night. It's 7 a.m. Good night.
I have bonding time scheduled between 7:01 and 7:01:30.
But I'll be at school at 7:01:30.
Being a father. But that's for another fun discussion. And I close this long-ass post with a question anyone who just trained his calves would ask. Do I or do I not have gum stuck on the bottom of my shoe? Hashtag method to the madness. Hashtag hardest workers in the room. Hashtag chase your greatness. Hashtag and check your shoes for gum 100 fist.
What?
All right, 2 months later,
he died.
He posted that maybe it's a multiplicity thing. Maybe there's just a closet. There's just a chamber full of Dwayne Johnson.
Well, if there is, they were all posting on this one post. There were 8.
They have like a hive mind.
It was so big. Okay.
All right, so 2 months later, he posted this. Quote, fun, busy day kicking off at 4 a.m. Finish shooting our Baywatch movie. He'll spell words. He'll drop the G and put in an apostrophe. Just shooting our Baywatch movie production week in Savannah.
He's just folks being folks, Matt.
Yes, he is. That is exactly what he is doing right there. As they're telling me it plays really well to play up that.
Well, and cooking, right? Cooking.
And he always talks about fishing. He loves to fish.
This fuck doesn't fish. He's too tall.
And drive
he would
his pickup
never
truck.
reach the water. He's up. The fish.
I believe the fishing thing just because I've seen it in articles spread over a long period of time. But it could be this is how I can. He's got that thing of I have to appeal to everyone.
Gone rocking. I mean fishing.
All right, so shooting our Baywatch movie production week in Savannah, quick trip to Atlanta to handle Fast and Furious 8 biz, and now heading back to my beloved swamplands of Florida. Got my go-go juice in hand, backpack and camo cargo shorts. I love rolling complicated and blinged out. Hashtag wheels up. Hashtag looking slightly annoyed is the new cool 100.
Talking about? Do I have gum on my shoe looking the new annoyed? Is his fucking dickhead move? What is he talking about?
It's because you don't see the picture. The picture of him is he's in the gym, but he's looking down at his shoe like, did I step on gum?
Oh, yeah. See, this is when the visuals help, Matt.
He was having to, imagine trying to direct this guy and where his head is.
If he's talking to me the whole time like that, I'm like, just do what you want. Just do what you want. Calm down. Just do what you want.
Exactly. Yes. And like, how many takes do we get with you before you have to hop a bird and get on over to Atlanta to handle your Fast and Furious 8 business?
But I thought he had like a block scheduled for one and then go to the other.
Yeah, I assume it's reshoots. He has to do reshoots for one to complicate the shooting for the other.
Maybe if he would have fucking listened while he was at the first one the first time. Listen with your big boy ears. Woo.
Well, and that's why. Hey, maybe don't try to shoot 5 movies in a year because movies go over schedule. That's what happens.
Yeah. Well, and also, how much of that tweet you were just reading is in all caps?
Oh, none.
Okay, because the whole thing felt it.
Yeah, it felt he's screaming at you.
Oh, how many exclamation points?
Very, very few exclamation points.
All right, then your delivery might be off then.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
So there were big hopes for Baywatch, and a series was planned, and in the movie itself, they declared definitively, we're getting a sequel. And the sequel never materialized because...
Johnny
it wasn't
Depp.
a hit.
Okay. It's because of Johnny Depp.
Why are you saying Johnny Depp?
You're showing a picture of him.
Just a screenshot from
He's a pirate.
Pirates of the Caribbean 5 also didn't do well at the box office at the same time.
You already had 4, Johnny. Why don't you just wrap it up?
And it had been a while, and it was like, no, we didn't need those movies to come back.
We were good, yeah.
Right now, Disney for years has been like, how can we get another Pirates movie? How can we do it? What can we give you? Margot Robbie is the lead of the Pirates movie. What do you want?
I'd kind of watch that. But does he have to be in it?
Johnny?
Yeah. He can't, right?
I feel like he's coming back.
He shit the bed.
Even before all of the troubles, Johnny Depp, go back to the early
Makes you
episodes of this
groan.
podcast.
I know.
We were very like, enough of you.
You've had quite the run.
So
He could go work the ride for a while, like pay his dues in Disney World, be the animatronic.
people would love that.
That would be fucking amazing. It would go viral, and then he could do a movie.
And then people will be talking about their complicated feelings about feeling delighted by Johnny Depp in person. Because, you know he's a scumbag, but also Thompson, Bob Dylan.
Mumble mouth.
Captain Joe Sparrow. So Beau Flynn, the producer, said that a sequel script was ready. Everybody was on board to return. The Rock's like, yeah, let's film it in like 4 months. Yeah, let's do it. He's like, the next movie, Baywatch, is going overseas. Wow.
What? The beach is the same both places. Just stay home.
Paramount projected the movie would be opening to $50 million, but it opened to $27 million. So like, it's not often that they're that wrong about how their movie is going to do, because test screenings had gone very, very well.
Okay.
But once critics saw it, they hated it. And the studio blamed Rotten Tomatoes. This was a fashionable thing. I remember this at the time. Studios were blaming Rotten Tomatoes for a lot.
I love a good podcast episode about Rotten Tomatoes. I just want to understand the love and hate relationship. Why trust it? Why don't trust it? I need to know all. It seems like it's had quite the little career, quite the little existence. And I want to know, where are we at with this? Because I still enjoy a tomato meter.
Do you want me to tell you?
No, Matt. Do it in podcast form.
Okay.
Ooh, make a video for TikTok about that. That would be good. That's so smart. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, but it's like, oh, you're making a video about the tool we all use rather than making one about a movie.
It's a very, yeah, we'll do it. You'll help me.
No, okay. I'll be the tomato.
But this is just like, those darn critics are telling people our movie's no good.
Don't let them speak for us. Let Zac Efron. Did you see all 17 of his apps?
Here, Anthony D'Alessandro, who's a great box office analyst for Deadline, to this day, in 2017, I'm going to be reading from his analysis from back then after Baywatch opened poorly. He said, quote, "The onus for making Baywatch stemmed from the fact that it was one of the world's most watched TV shows around the globe." And Lacey, I want to hear what you think about this. "But the brand comes with a lot of baggage. First off, it's a guilty pleasure and cheesy, and it's inherently sexist. All of these factors proved a challenge for Paramount when tailoring trailers. If positioning wasn't right, the results would flatline. Another problem, most under 25 aren't familiar with Baywatch as a TV show. That demo turned out at 45% and enjoyed the movie, but they didn't show up in great numbers. More females showed up, 52%, than guys, 48%, as Paramount sold the comedy on its beefcake assets and not its babes, yielding a lower turnout among males. Let's not forget, Baywatch was always a guy property." Well, he's wrong about that.
He's wrong.
So why did 21 Jump Street work again? It's a less complicated brand than Baywatch. And even though Mission Impossible broke through in 1996 in regards to TV adaptations on the big screen, 21 Jump Street broke the mold as far as a cop show being completely reimagined as a comedy.
Yes, well, also it wasn't a beloved thing. No one was feeling precious about 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
You took something that people like were not. If you loved Baywatch, you also had to defend it because it was kind of a joke. But like, to know it is to love it, but to know of it is to make fun of it. So you're this is a protective audience if you're trying to tap into.
I don't know. I have no idea, and I have no idea how you'd measure it, but I think of it as more like something that you're not going to find like super diehards about it. There could be people who love the show but aren't like who won't stand for you impugning its
I don't mean that. I mean, Matt, just like what you did. You were 8 and you told me you were 8 and loved Baywatch. I was like, you're a horny little bugger. Because I assumed exactly what I always assumed about any man. And you just said about Friends. And that must be why that's baked into my head. That like the reason you watch Baywatch is for the babes. I didn't even remember that being an ongoing thing with Friends. So that Friends is such a huge thing that's what stuck. So if you were going to say, oh, I'm just watching some Baywatch, I bet you are. Like, I'm just saying, it comes with a little bit of like, okay, it's actually a good show.
Yeah.
It comes with that.
And I never, porn exists. I mean, I don't know. I don't get why.
But at 4 p.m.?
I guess it's the same people who like make jokes about like, can't wait for the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Why? But I get
for that one page.
But pornography exists. You could purchase pornography.
Yeah, but it's about seeing girls who aren't letting you see all of it, but see most of it. That's the real stuff right there.
But I mean, how do you sell this movie? Do you sell it as like, look at these sexy people? Do you sell it as a straight comedy? Do you sell it on Baywatch nostalgia?
Right. Yeah, it's tricky. We get a different answer no matter who you ask of it.